Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the JB Show. It's been 2 weeks since the last time I recorded. I'm really sorry about that. I have been extremely sick and I'm finally starting to get my voice back. It's been a long 2 weeks. So I'm going to be putting out a bunch of episodes. It might seem like some of the content is a little old, but I want you guys to hear my opinions on it. So today, what are we talking about? Now, today around 5:15, go on Twitter, average day, go on Twitter, see a retweet from Adam Wilde, and it's from Matt Larkin of the Hockey News, and he had an interview today with Leafs coach Mike Babcock, and he put a little clip of it onto Twitter. And most of you will probably know what I'm about to say, but I'm going to read you the quote. I think each guy should manage his team the best way he can, but there's no question. I think he as in Auston Matthews, and John, to be as good as they're capable of being, should be right around the 19-minute mark. Some nights are going to be 18, some nights are going to be 20, but I think that's where Austin's the best for sure. He's an important part. I think he's earned the right over time as he's gone better and better to earn more and more. A big part of the game is you earning what you get. Your teammates respect that, and Austin's done a real good job in that area. End quote. Oh boy. Now, at the end of the season, after Game 7, where Auston Matthews plays 18 minutes and 48 seconds, there was quite a few, let's say, there was a lot of hate towards Mike Babcock. I'm going to say that, from Leaf fans. And I'm not going to lie, I was one of those people. I was quite pissed off. I was watching Auston Matthews on the ice, taking shot after shot after shot, and I could literally feel the goal about to come. He was so close, closer and closer and closer and closer, so close to scoring a goal. But who was on the ice the last couple of minutes? Patrick Marleau, and I love the guy. I love Patrick Marleau as a player. I love Patrick Marleau as a guy, as a person. He's contributed so much to this team. I still don't understand why that was the case, but that's besides the point. We've already talked about this. I've already talked about this on this podcast. I'm not going to go over it again. But I thought it was quite clear at the end of the season, in Dubas's press conference, end of the year press conference, in quotes I've seen, Mike Babcock is going to change. This is the idea, the mentality that we've been given, that we're gonna see change from Mike Babcock, and that's something. And Auston Matthews' ice time is one of those things that is going to change. And in fact, that's probably one of his bigger concerns, along with playing Ron Hainsey and Nikhil Zaitsev 1 million minutes a night. But now those two aren't there. So I'm extremely worried about Auston Matthews' ice time because he should be playing more. Now, let me read you this. Last season, in the regular season, he averaged 18 minutes and 33 seconds. Almost a minute more than what he averaged in his first season, which was 17 minutes and 38 seconds. Now, looking at Auston Matthews' ice time, yes, he's steadily increased year by year. First year, 17:38, second year, 18:08, and then last year, 18:33. But it's a little concerning reading that quote from Babcock. I'm not going to lie. Now, okay, I think the Leafs situation, they're very lucky in the situation they have. They have John Tavares and they have Auston Matthews, two elite centers. But I'm sorry, I love John Tavares. Auston Matthews is the guy. And I understand last year many people would say that the Matthews line was the second line, but I don't think there was this distinction between the two. I think it was 1A, 1B. Both lines were a first line. Now, what's another team that has a situation like that? I'm going to say, it's easy to say the Pittsburgh Penguins. They have Evgeny Malkin. They have Sidney Crosby. Let me go over their ice time. Okay, so let's go over Evgeny Malkin. And it's obvious in this scenario who's the better player. Obviously, Sidney Crosby is the better player in this scenario. So you're going to see there's more ice time. Now, I'm not sure if I could necessarily classify Auston Matthews as better than John Tavares, but I think I'm okay personally with saying that Auston Matthews has the potential. He's almost there to be better than John Tavares. I don't know how many Leaf fans would agree with me. I don't know how many Leaf fans would disagree with me. So let's put it in perspective. Evgeny Malkin this year had 18 minutes and 48 seconds, his average ice time. But his entire career, and he's played his entire career with Sidney Crosby, which has spanned 12 years. He's averaged 20 minutes of ice time. 20 minutes and 1 second, to be exact. And there's years, the earlier years, where he's averaged over 20 minutes. Over 20 minutes. So, what's Sidney Crosby averaging? Now, this year, he averaged exactly 21 minutes, but he averages around, for the most part, above 20. His career average is 20 minutes and 53 seconds. Now, I don't understand why Auston Matthews, according to Mike Babcock, should only play the 19-minute mark. Now, is his plan to steadily increase him? And that's kind of sounds like what the plan is, right? If he's going to be around the 19-minute mark, right now he's 18:33, so that'd be an increase of about 30 seconds, which is how he's been increasing since his first year. But Auston Matthews isn't a player that needs steady increase, right? I believe Auston Matthews going into his age 22 season should be averaging around at least 20 minutes of ice time. And I'm looking at players who have the same role as him, but for the Leafs, not for the Leafs. So Connor McDavid. I'm not saying Connor McDavid and Auston Matthews are comparable players. I very much agree. Connor McDavid is the better player. But what is Connor McDavid to the Edmonton Oilers? He's a franchise player, right? So what is Auston Matthews to the Leafs? He's a franchise player. Now, the first year, he averaged 18 minutes and 53 seconds. But he was injured. So there's kind of a reason for that lower ice time. He has not averaged under 21 minutes in the last 3 seasons. And he has Leon Draisaitl on his team. And yes, I know, a lot of the time Draisaitl is playing on his wing. But Draisaitl is a center. And he should have his own line. But Connor McDavid has not averaged under 21 minutes. And I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm gonna continue reading numbers. Nathan McKinnon. No, I have to say this again. Auston Matthews is not Nathan McKinnon. I believe Nathan McKinnon is better than Auston Matthews. But he is the comparable to the team, or for the team. Nathan McKinnon, your franchise centerman. John Tavares, your Auston Matthews, your franchise centerman. Now, this year was Nathan McKinnon's breakout year. He averaged 22 minutes in ice time. Last year, 19 minutes and 54 seconds. The year before that, 19 minutes and 57 seconds. Come on. Let's go. Next one. Jonathan Toews, who's on the older side of things, still averaging 21 minutes. Even at the start of his career, when he hit the 21, so let's remove the first 2 seasons, because that's when he averaged under 19 minutes. At 21, which is the year Auston Matthews just had, he averaged 20 minutes. 20 minutes. And he has not averaged under 19 minutes since. So, I mean, I can go on. You want to go comparables? Let's look at another one, John Tavares. Other than his first year, where he averaged 18 minutes, he has not averaged under 19 minutes since. Even this year, he averaged 19 minutes and 5 seconds. Now I need Mike Babcock to explain this to me. Where are you going to distribute those other minutes to? Because unless it's to John Tavares, let me explain this. Alex Kerfoot, as your third line center, has his number of minutes. Whatever Nazem Kadri had last year, that's the amount of minutes he's basically getting. What I'm worried about, and I think what most Leaf fans are worried about, is where are those minutes going to? Because, just to remind everyone, Nazem Kadri had averaged 16 minutes and 11 seconds last year. So let's say around the 16-minute mark, that is what Alex Kerfoot's probably going to be averaging out to. I can't imagine it being more. It could be less. It honestly could be less. But I'm sorry, the fourth line of the Toronto Maple Leafs, while yes, they already have limited minutes, that's where you get the minutes from. That is where you get your extra minutes from. You don't say, hey, Auston, you're young, we need to build you up, blah, 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 blah. We're going to take some minutes from you. We're going to give them to Gauthier, or we're going to give them to Spezza. We're going to give them to Agostino. We're going to give them to whoever is on your fourth line. Nick Shore, whatever. One of the 7 players the Leafs signed on a couple weeks ago. Those minutes should be with Auston Matthews. I find it extremely hard to believe. Now, let's go. Let's do some digging. I saw something. I saw something on Twitter. Dom Luszczyszyn of The Athletic commented on the Matt Larkin tweet of the Babcock quote, and says the 2007-2008 Detroit Red Wings season. Henrik Zetterberg average ice time 22 minutes and 4 seconds, and Pavel Datsyuk 21 minutes and 23 seconds. That was people would points wise no, but achievements-wise, yes, was the Detroit Red Wings' most successful season under Mike Babcock. Why? That is the year they won the Stanley Cup. Now, I'm not at all saying that, if you play Matthews and Tavares those type of minutes, then you're going to win. We're going to win the cup. Not what I'm saying at all. But by playing your stars more minutes, what does that do? They're out there for longer. Obvious, out there for longer. And they have more chances to do something good. Whereas if you let's say the Mike Babcock way, where you're spreading the minutes out among all the players, when you have your fourth line out there, are they going to be as effective as your first line? I don't think so. So what I want to hear from Mike Babcock going forward, either change, or I want to hear a proper hockey explanation of why Auston Matthews is only going to be playing 19 minutes, whereas McDavid is playing 22 minutes. Jack Eichel is playing 20 minutes. Crosby is playing 21 minutes. Aho is playing 20 minutes a night. These are all comparables to the situation to Auston Matthews' role on the team as essentially a franchise center. So why is it that it's happening elsewhere, but it's so hard to do it here? Let's remember, Auston Matthews next year is going to be getting paid 11.6. He's going to have 11.6 against the cap. It's not 900,000. I don't understand why this is a thing. Now, there's a 6-second clip I'm going to play, and it literally sums up what I've been saying for the last 17 and a half minutes.
That is blasphemous. That is blasphemous.
Oh, I'm still stuck over here. Trying to understand what's going on. But I gotta love Stephen A. Smith. Gotta love him. Now, before I end this episode, I'm gonna do a little Mitch Marner update. It was reported today by James Myrtle of The Athletic that Marner is looking for a 3-year deal at $10 million. Sorry, let me rephrase that. $10 million a year. This would be, according to James Myrtle, the richest bridge deal in NHL history by quite a bit. Now, I really do not want to get into this. I've talked about it so many times about what Marner's worth is and why his comparable is a bunch of BS, because no other team is going to be valuing him like this. I really don't want to get into this. If you want to hear what I have to say, go back, listen to another episode. I guarantee you I talk about it. But I just thought people might want to know that Mitch Marner just countered with 3 years at $10 million AAV. And you know what? I'm not going to worry about him countering with that, because I know Kyle Dubas. I've seen the moves he's made in the past. I know with the situation the Leafs are in, that deal is not happening. That deal is just not happening. We'll find out and see what he does. But You know what? You know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna go into it. I'll post. You know what? I'll do a separate episode on Mitch Marner soon. Now, thank you for listening to another episode of the JB Show. Please make sure that you subscribe on any platform that you're listening on, and click the links in the description and follow me on social media. Have a great night.